Computer. All right. Well, thank you for joining. Today we are celebrating lashes for National Lash Day. And I have a friend on with us who will be talking about her business. And our friend's name is Da-Jour. So, Da-Jour, what business do you have? And like, what do you do in your business that has to do with lashes or beauty?
So I own S&D Beauty Lounge with my mom. So we're a duo, mother-daughter duo, and we specialize in lash extensions, lash lifts, and then uh, facial waxing and bikini waxing are kind of the waxing area of the business. I also do makeup for weddings, homecoming, proms, and then now starting in March, we'll be adding facials back to our service menu.
Just in time for me to sign up for one.
Yes, come on in.
Good. Yeah, and your makeup looks beautiful, by the way. So
Thank you.
good job. That's a referral right there. Some people should go sign up.
Yeah.
All right. So, a couple questions that I have for you is what made you start your business and what was your inspiration for starting your business?
So COVID made me start my business.
Okay.
I worked at a salon and it closed due to COVID. And
Mhm.
then I actually just could not work because of COVID, which made total sense. But eventually, as mandates started to get lifted, we could go back to work. And I had an interest in doing lash extensions, and my mom did too. So we did the training together.
Oh,
And
nice.
then we're like, oh, we should go into business together. So that's kind of how it evolved. My mom has a background in being a cosmetologist pretty much since I can remember. And so, yeah, it was kind of a natural progression, and that's kind of how the business came to be.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. At least sounds like something good came out of the COVID time for you.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, would you say that you're an esthetician then? Is that what you would call yourself? And then if so, then what would that include? So what do they do?
So, yes, I'm an esthetician. My mom is a cosmetologist and a lash specialist. So, I'm an
Okay.
esthetician and a lash specialist, just to kind of clarify.
Mhm.
As an esthetician, I specialize in the beautification of the skin. So, I don't do anything as far as like medical healthcare. That's what a dermatologist would do. But I do like facials, cosmetic skin treatments, brow waxing, brow lamination, lash extensions now, lash lifts. So basically everything to do with the skin and more so the face is what I
Nice.
work on and what I've been trained to do.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Nice. And I've never had a facial before, but I heard that they are fabulous. So really that is on one of my lists. I mean, that's on my list to do
Come
very,
see
very
me.
soon. I will. You said in I think I went to your site. Maybe I was looking for facials or something about it, and then I maybe I didn't see it or something. But now that you said that you're bringing
Yep,
it back,
March.
so yay! Perfect time, perfect timing for spring too to have a fresh face. Just
Yep.
saying. All right, so then you talked a little bit about it, but just can you describe your journey to becoming an esthetician?
Yeah, so I originally went to school actually for welding and technology.
Okay.
So I graduated from that program and I worked in industry for a year. And it was very hands on and I did like it, but my career is pioneering, and that's a Bible ministry. It's a volunteer service for those that don't know. And so that's what my primary focus is on.
Mhm.
But I wanted something to support that. And for me, working full time overtime, it just didn't work for me. So the natural thing next was like, okay, I kind of got to figure something else out. So
Right.
my mom and I had a pretty in-depth conversation, and she knew that I like the beauty industry, but I do not like doing hair. So that
Okay.
was not it for me. And at that time, I didn't actually understand that the person that does your makeup or your skincare and things that I actually did like was called an esthetician. So when she told me that, I looked into it, looked into the program. And so I signed up for St. Paul College, and that's where I got my education, which is the best, if you ask me. And then after St. Paul College, I worked at European Wax Center. So I learned everything that you can learn about waxing, which was awesome. And then after that, I worked at Root Salon. And so I was the esthetician there and got a lot of training. So I felt like after all of that happened, I was kind of set up to be able to go on my own. So getting the experience definitely helped.
Yeah, definitely. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing. That's a very interesting journey and very inspirational too. Thank you. So, what would you say is your favorite thing to do for your clients? Would it be facials, lashes, or something else? Or what would you say out of your products and services is your favorite thing to do?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
It honestly changes month to month, and you probably can notice that in my Instagram feed that sometimes it seems like it's a lot of pictures about lash lifts or lash extensions or brow lamination. So it just kind of changes. Right now, I would say lash lifts are probably my favorite.
Okay, so I know I didn't send you this question, but now that you said that, what's the difference between a lash lift and a lash extension?
So with the lash extensions, I'm taking an extension and separating your lashes individually and attaching the extension onto your lash. So it's a lot more tedious. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to get done. And then it's a little bit more upkeep, but it's pretty awesome results. I think that they look beautiful and a lot of people love them. So I get it. A lash lift, however, is about an hour service. So I'm taking a rod and then lifting your lashes onto the rod. And then I put on it's like a chemical solution. It's like you're getting a perm for your lashes, like how you kind of get for your hair. So it lifts the lashes on the rod and then lifts your lashes up. So many people like that. They usually get that paired with a tent. Therefore, you don't need mascara. Your lashes just look ready to go. So it kind of just depends on what your lifestyle is like. Some people like the fullness that comes with the lash extensions, but you have to keep up with them more, and that's totally fine for them. And then some people like coming in every about 5 weeks, having that done and just having it more of a low maintenance thing.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's interesting. Lash extensions, I kind of had an idea, but the lash lift, I didn't know. So thank you. Good information. So what's the most important advice that you give your clients to make sure that they're practicing self-care?
I would say the most important advice with any beauty service is it's an investment, and you should invest in yourself. I think that everybody should pick something that they like that's kind of all about them. But when you come in to get a service done, that's about 20% of the self-care. But what you do after that is you investing in your self-care. So if you're getting a service done, you want to make sure you're doing what you should do at home to keep up with that service. Therefore, you're actually what's the word? Like
sabotaging yourself maybe or something.
Yeah, you're not sabotaging yourself, but you're also utilizing what you just invested in.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So I would just say like making sure you do the upkeep after you get the initial service done. But yeah, just to take care of yourself, splurge a little bit. I think it's a fun thing to do, to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And it's important, especially for people like me with kids, and when you're just having a busy lifestyle sometimes too, it can be hard to break away and realize, oh, I need to still take care of myself. So I think that's good advice, that it's an investment in your own health. And yeah, so thank you. The next question I have is, what is the one thing that you would say that most people overlook when it comes to taking care of their lashes or even their face?
I would say just cleansing, whether it's your lashes or it's just your skin. properly cleansing. I mean, with lashes, you want to use a oil-free cleanser. So usually a foam cleanser, which we do retail. If you come and get your lashes done with us, you want to use that on your lashes every day. That's going to keep your lashes clean. That's going to keep them looking good. And it seems like a very simple thing, but it makes a huge difference. And it's the same that goes with your face. You want to make sure that you are cleansing your face with the proper cleanser that's for your skin type. So I would just say even just the most simple things, just make sure you're cleansing. Like that's a very simple thing, but it makes a huge difference.
Yep, that makes complete sense. And I'm sure people overlook that because my kids, when I go in, they get mad when I when I try to clean their face. They're like, no. I'm like, but you have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see it. All right. And then would you say, so like lash extensions, would you say that that anyone could come in and get lash extensions, or would you recommend them to everyone? Or would you recommend another service that had to do with lashes if you didn't think lash extensions would be good for them?
So I would say I would recommend lash extensions to anyone as long as their lashes are healthy and being taken care of. The nice thing with lashes is there's 3 different styles. So there's the classic style, there's a hybrid style, and there's a volume style. So those lashes or those lash styles can fit pretty much anyone. So there's something for everyone.
Okay.
So I would recommend it. But if some people don't want lash extensions, some people also may be allergic to the adhesive that has to be put on the extension that goes or attaches to your natural lash. So then that's when I would be like, oh, you should totally try a lash lift.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Thank you. So the next question is, what do you love most about what you do?
I would say what I love most is it's 2 things. It's the connection that I make with people. It's just like it's not work. For me, it doesn't feel like work. It's like, oh, I'm going to see so-and-so and hear about their kids and their life. There's a special connection that you build with your clients. And then also to have a job where you can help someone feel really good about themselves, even though it's a simple service, or it may seem like a simple service that I'm giving, it makes a difference for someone else. They feel better about themselves. They feel like they took care of themselves. It enhances their natural beauty. So to be able to make a small difference is pretty rewarding, I would say.
That's nice. That's why more people should just come to you, because I feel, and I know I'm promoting you because I'm promoting you, but I think that's really important, because now sometimes you'll go to certain places and you don't really feel like they want to make a connection with you as a customer, as a client, or they may just be like, okay, yep, see you later. And you don't really feel that connection. But I think it's important that you have someone that you actually have a connection with. I think that's really important. So yeah. Let's see. So then the next question I have is, tell me about what it was like when you had your first client, like your first real client. Were you nervous about it? How did it go?
As far as like doing the service of lashes, or
in general? Yeah, for lashes, like your first, after you got your training and it's like, okay, this is live, this is it.
Oh, I was extremely nervous.
Yeah.
Like my training was amazing. We went to Uptown Lashes, and Paige is amazing. She's an amazing trainer. So I felt like the education piece was there. I had trained on a model, but I mean, I got 2 sets of tweezers in my hand at someone's eye. It's a little nerve-wracking, but you figure it out and it goes well.
Good. That's good. Yeah. We've all been there the first time you're doing something. So good to hear. Not that you were nervous, but good to hear that we're all in a similar boat.
Yep.
So let's see. Oops, sorry. So which of your services would you recommend to your clients who are going to maybe be a bride or a bridesmaid, or if they're coming in for a wedding or prom or something like that? What are some services that you typically would recommend if they asked you what you would suggest they do?
So I would recommend probably for like a bride or bridesmaid. Most times they're going to get a makeup service done.
Mhm.
So now with doing facials, I would recommend that they get facials leading up to their wedding to just
Oh,
make sure
okay,
they're
yeah.
taking care of their skin. And
Mhm.
that way the makeup goes on flawless, and also the health of their skin is in good condition too.
Oh, good.
Um, Depends on the person. If they want, a little bit more of a dramatic look, then I would recommend getting lashes. Yeah, I think it's just more individually based. Like if they are more of a brow person, then I'd be like, oh, you should get brow lamination. Let's try it before your wedding though, because maybe you don't like the way your brows look laminated.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it would just depend on the person. But most times when it's makeup or if it's a bride or bridesmaid, they're usually looking for makeup. So I would recommend getting a facial before doing a trial makeup just to make sure that they like it, or if there's any tweaks I need to make, we can do
Mhm.
that then. So then on the big day, it's an easy day. I did just have actually this week, a bride came in and she is just extremely beautiful naturally, and it's very simple,
Mhm.
is how I would say with her beauty. So she did a lash lift and tint, and that made such a difference that
Mhm.
that'll be just a natural enhancement that she does for her big day. So it just depends on
Nice.
the person.
Okay. That's nice. So I guess I do have another question about brow lamination.
Mhm.
Can you tell us what that is? Like what that means when you say brow
So
lamination?
brow lamination is pretty similar to a lash lift. It's just done, well, there's no rod involved, but
Okay,
it's also
yeah.
just done on the brows. So the lamination is a chemical treatment that lifts the hair.
Oh, okay.
So it helps to straighten the hair. And because I have to do all my hands, sorry,
That's
because
okay.
it helps to straighten the hair, it naturally makes it look like the brows are lifted. So it just kind of gives a more
Yes.
sleek, lifted look.
Yep. That makes sense because I didn't know what it was, but now that you say that, it reminds me of when you go to the store and you can buy those. I don't know, maybe they're called lamination pencils. I don't think so because it's not a chemical, but it has a brush on the end and you brush your brow up and then kind of like add
Yeah,
the
they have
color.
like brow soaps now that kind of
Okay.
give a similar look, or
Hmm.
even like a brow gel can somewhat give a similar look. The nice thing with lamination is it lasts for about
Yeah.
5 to 6 weeks, so you don't have to do
Nice.
anything. So that's why people like it.
Nice. So you keep telling me all these services. I'm gonna come in like, do we have the whole day? Because I want
Yeah, just the whole day with me. It sounds lovely.
my kids will be like, Mom, where are
Where'd
you
you
my
go?
mom? Okay, so thank you. That helps. The next question I have is what are some tips you have for your clients for keeping their skin fresh in the winter? Because here in Minnesota, it's very cold and the cold, dry air can tend to, make the skin dry and things like that. So what tips do you give for keeping the skin looking fresh?
I would say making sure that you are using skin products that are for your skin type. So
Oh,
whether you're seeing me as an esthetician or you're seeing an esthetician in the area that you live in, I think that everyone should go see an esthetician before they purchase skincare products, because if it's not for your skin type, you're kind of always going to struggle a little bit.
hmm.
So starting off with a good cleanser and exfoliating makes a huge difference. Even in the winter, you still want to make sure you're exfoliating. And then I would say using like a vitamin C serum
Okay.
makes a difference. And SPF, no matter what your skin tone is, no matter what your race, everyone should be using SPF
Yep.
and a moisturizer. And then, as simple as it sounds, drinking a lot of water really does make a difference.
Mhm.
That really does keep your skin hydrated, but moisturizing makes a huge difference too.
Okay. That's good to know. And I never would have thought before buying skincare products. It just didn't dawn on me until you said that. I'm like, yeah, because they can at least tell you about your skin, going to an esthetician before you buy products, because they can tell you about your skin and
Yeah.
like tell you what you need for your own skin versus me thinking, oh, I have this kind of skin, and then maybe buying something that'll make it
Yeah,
worse. Yeah.
exactly. Or you see like your friend is using this product and you're like, oh, her skin looks great. I want to use it. But that's
Mm-hmm.
not how skincare products work.
Right.
It has to be for your skin type. Yeah.
Makes sense. That makes sense. So we have just a couple more questions. The one is, do you have any specials going on or any packages that you would recommend if people wanted to come and book an appointment?
So right now, for the rest of this month and then for March, my mom actually, who is also a part of, she's the S in S&D Beauty
Yes.
Lounge. She is doing volume lash extensions. So
Oh,
she is going to be having model openings on, I believe, Fridays and Saturdays. So if it's a model that comes in, like a model opening, what that means is you get a reduced price for the
oh,
service.
nice.
So I'll
Okay.
post something about that. And then in March, we have facials coming. So we'll have a special facial for that month.
Oh, nice. That sounds fun. I will keep watching your watching your post, because I was planning to book a facial at one point. It didn't work out, but I'm just like, nope, I have to do it. So,
You
yep,
should.
I'll look for you in March. And then how can someone book an appointment with you if they wanted to book an appointment?
So if you are on Instagram, we have the book now that you can just click on that. Or you can go to S&D Beauty Lounge at squarespace.com, and that also pulls up. You can also DM me if you're on Instagram, and I can help you if that does not make sense for some reason.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So I'll make a note of that too, so that once this is posted, we can write all that down and get people over to you, because
Sounds good. Thank you.
facial time, taking
Yeah.
care season is coming up. So let's do it. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Da-Jour. Thank you so much for
Thanks for
the
having me.
interview. Yeah, it was nice meeting you, and not meeting you again, meeting you on Zoom, I guess, because we do know each other. But yeah, it was nice seeing you again, and
You too.
we'll keep in contact. And everyone, go check out Da-Jour and get your lashes done, get everything done. Just do it all. That's what I say.
Sounds good. Come see me. I'd love to meet you.
Yeah,
Or if I already have met you, you should still come see me.
exactly. Everyone should come. Okay. Well, thank you so much.